Hello everyone. Today we are going to make a Minecraft scene with the help of Blender software. I am Dipanshu. So let's begin. So here we have a cube. We basically duplicate it to make more of such cubes. We are basically making almost 10 cubes for a pillar. So you can see when we duplicate these are identical. So we are almost done. Now to make our pillar looks more realistic, we will reconfigure its dimensions. So I'm using this side toolbar, so I can change their dimensions. So as you can see, we make it 2 by 2, and now we will change the dimension of this cube also. We are making it 1.5 into 1.5. So you can see that we did that. Now to align this, we can simply move it. Now we do the same thing with upper two blocks also. So I'll change their dimensions also. Now you can see that our pillar is almost ready. I'll shift this light and this camera away so that we can have more space to work. Now we will shift from solid mode to HDRI so we can enter into a colorful world. So now as you can see, now it's look more realistic. Now I will shift this world opacity to almost 1, so it looks like this. And we also can use render properties for shadows. So I'll use this ambient occlusion. I simply on this will help us to see cavity shadows, which I will show you later. Now I'll change its dimensions also so that we get more realistic shadows. Now we change our source from light to sun because as you see that our HDRI has a sun of it, so we basically change it in lights property So from point we are switching it to sun. So you can see that it's too bright, so we will change its strength to 2 and angle to also 2. Angle will help in, so basically angle will help in smoothing the shadows. So now I will add texture. As you can see, this is plain material. I will add image texture to my pillar. So I already added my texture in, so I already added my texture to Blender software, which is present in my laptop. So basically I just need to add it. So we will go to material properties, now we will change it to white. So you can see that our texture is added, and now we will change this option linear to closest so that it look more realistic. As you can see now I just have to add this texture to my rest of the pillar. As you can see that I added the white texture to my other half of this pillar. Now I have to make, I just basically duplicate this whole pillar to make more of them. I will do it about 6 times. So I had done it. Now we will make its base. So we just have to duplicate this. Now I will add another texture to this block, which I already had included in my Blender. So as you can see that I changed its texture from white to green, and now for ground I will add texture. Now we have to make our ground for these pillars. So you can see that I duplicated the ground, and now I will prepare for the rest of these pillars. So to duplicate one by one, it's a lot easier to duplicate a set of cubes at a time. So basically we will form a ground for all of these. Now we will copy this whole wall, so it would be more helpful, like this. Now we have to copy all of this wall, all of this ground. so that we can make more of pillars on it. It's a lot easier to do this in this form. We did some mistake, so we will duplicate these. So now when we have completed our base, we basically have to complete our pillars. So now I will just duplicate these two pillars so that now we have just to select this whole pillar with the help of shift. And now so we will copy these, duplicate these pillars like this. So now we basically have to copy this pillar again with the help of shift. I will do it 2 more times so that our Minecraft scene looks better. Now I will delete these extra pillars. Now we just have to copy these to here. We will do the same thing with these also. It's selecting other cubes also, so we have to be more careful, so we will use shift instead of selecting them all. So as you can see, we have completed our structure. So now as you can see, there are shadows, and we will shift our light source in the direction of sun, so we will rotate it slightly. As you can see, we have rotated in the direction of sun, so the shadows are in this way. Now we want to move our structures So we will add active element to our blocks. So now I don't want to move our ground, so I have to select all this grass and ground and add rigid body to it so that they won't move. Now we will go to select and then select link and then go to material. So now those blocks who have same materials are all selected. Now we go to object, then rigid body and add passive, so they won't able to move. And we will do the same thing with this ground also. So you can see that I have selected a block, and now I do the same thing with these also. So all of the same material block have been selected. Now we go to object and then we add passive element to all of these. But we want to move our pillars, so we will add active element to those, not passive. So I have selected one block and now I go to select again and then material. So all of the same materials block has been selected. Now we go to object, rigid body, and now we add active element to those. So now when we start our animation, they will all move. So I shift one block from here and one from this side, so that when I start our animation they can fall. So as you see, when we added active element to these blocks, they will move when we start our animation. So basically we had done all of this. We added active element to our pillars and passive to our ground and this grass. So now when we shifted this block so that these pillars can fall down, and when we start animation they will fall like this. So that's it for today.